Robin.
You're listening to Opie and Anthony. On the virus, Sirius-XM.
Ant, we could stay silly or we could get serious. What do you want to do?
Oh, Christ. Yeah, I hate getting serious.
You do, right?
Yeah.
Well, you got Michael Moore.
Michael Moore. Yeah.
Michael Moore and Rachel Maddow talking guns.
Yeah,
it's all about the guns lately. You got to talk about guns.
Michael Moore is just proving he's very accurate.
What?
I read what he said, and I'm like, well, describes me.
Oh, really? Okay.
Like, what am I going to do?
Well, let's play this clip then. They can't get enough of the gun discussion on TV these days.
They love talking guns.
I'm more worried about cabs and fucking those black town cars.
I love the guns.
Than guns.
My God, man.
Yes, and I am loath to bring up what is in our head because we don't like to talk about it so much. But on this particular day, on Martin Luther King Day, I think this needs to be said. That imaginary person that's going to break into your home and kill you, who does that person look like? You know, it's not freckle-faced Jimmy down the street, is it really? I mean, that's not what really people, we never really want to talk about the racial or the class part of this in terms of how it's the poor or it's people of color that we imagine we're afraid of. Why are we afraid? What is that? And it's been a fear that has existed for a very, very long time. And, you know, but I love this quote by Martin Luther King. Somebody said to him one time, you know, why do we need to enact a federal anti-lynching law? You know, I mean, you can't force people to love each other. You can't, you know, a law isn't going to make somebody not a racist. And he said, yeah, that's true. You can't legalize us getting along with each other. But I have a feeling if we pass an anti-lynching law, it probably is going to help. And it did. And we need these laws. But we also need to address the larger issue of why are we such a violent people? And not just personal domestic violence, but a nation that invades other countries, that has such a huge weapons budget, that just seems just so intent on violence being the answer. And I think that's the thing we want to dance around here. We're afraid of really talking about it. If we can just focus on something else, we're going to be okay.
He is such an asshole, by the way.
But we met him.
I have to address.
But we met him.
Yeah, we met him. All right.
He was nice to us. He liked us.
Because he's a phony crock of shit, is what I saw.
I can't hate
phony.
I can't hate anyone I've met.
I hate him. He's a phony. He's a phony. He's got an image and a persona that he puts across as this, you know, liberal. Look at me. I'm out for this little guy thing. And then you sit and talk with him for 10 minutes, and you realize he's a fucking, you know, he's just a showbiz guy looking to sell his next project.
Aren't they all show busy on TV, though?
Oh, yeah. But he tries to come across like he's not show busy. Really into his causes and stuff.
It's hard to take Bill O'Reilly serious when he's yelling and screaming, and then does a plug for his fucking no spin zone coffee
mugs
and
everything.
Frisbees and whatever else he slaps a label on.
Everyone's hawking
Keith Olbermann does the same shit.
Let me address something here.
Sure.
Statistically, Michael Moore described what home invaders look like and where they come from. This imaginary person that breaks into your house, if they're there to rob your house or unless it's a personal attack on you for something work-related or marriage dispute or cheating or something like that, if a criminal is breaking into your house in a home invasion, statistically, it's probably going to be a young black male. That's just police investigating attempted break-in in Kings Point, Long Island home invasion. It's right up on the Fox 5 screen I'm looking at right now.
Why is Long Island...
Now, get me a description, please.
Why is Long Island the capital of home invasions?
Because I'll tell you why.
I mean, For the people, I hope they understand. We're in Manhattan right now, okay? To our east is Long Island. To our west is Jersey. And then you go north, you got Connecticut and all that. But when it comes to home invasions, they never talk about home invasions in Jersey or anywhere else. It's always Long Island. Why?
Long Island's an easy place to do a home invasion because you're close to major thoroughfares, major arteries that take you right back to the city again. So you could rob a place, get back on the highway, and then you're back on the road. You're out of that town for that you just robbed a house in, and you're back into the city. Wherever the fuck you come from, probably the city. Mm-hmm. But the thought that Michael Moore sits there and says that statistics say that the gun crime, things like this, gang-related violence, it's going to be minorities. It's going to be minorities. And when he talks about why we're such a violent country and going to war against other nations, that's his idea of violent country is the white politician being violent or this asshole in Arizona being the violent guy with the gun. Hey, Michael Moore, how about the fucking thousands of gang-related minority shootings that happen with illegal guns every year in this country? Mm-hmm. Address those. What, those people get a free pass, Michael Moore? Because they're black or Hispanic? Because white people are afraid of home invasions, of which, as I'm talking about you and this imaginary home invasion shit, I look up on the TV at the same time. Swear to God. We were just talking about it. I look up, and right by my home, I'm looking at a home invasion. So don't tell me what's imaginary. By the way, you fat fuck. I bet I could talk to him live down there at the Whopper place. I might as well just go down there. Odds are he's down there.
Getting his breakfast.
He's a guy that does not want to look at reality. He's got this fucking fantasy world in his head that all this crime, all this minority crime, black on black crime, black on white, Hispanic against black, black against Hispanic. Look at the L.A. gangs just wiping each other out. He thinks that somehow white people are all responsible for this violence. It's Whitey. It ain't Whitey. Tell them to behave. Make a movie called Fucking Behave.
Jesus.
How about you do that?
What the hell
Bowling for Behave. Do that. I want to see you make that movie. Bowling for Behave. Fuck him.
Wow. And Michael Moore, to add to the discussion, he's an NRA member, isn't he? Lifetime.
He did that to fucking be able to fuck with the NRA. It's like Easy-E going to the fucking Republican dinner.
All right, when did he join the NRA?
Probably when he was a kid. He said
I'm here Lifetime. So
he said
if he was a kid, he didn't know any better as a kid. But if he joined the NRA only, I don't know, 10 years ago or so, then it's very calculated.
I don't know when he joined the NRA. He's in one of his movies, it might be Bowling for Columbine, he talks about how he had hunted as a kid, and him and his dad would go out and shoot with rifles and
the hell was he hunting
like
in Flint, Michigan?
Yeah, Flint, Michigan. Yeah, go to Flint now, and of course it's all because
hunting
of
the guy that took my car.
Yeah.
That's Flint, Michigan.
And all the crime there is because of the auto industry going down and white people again, just rich white people fucking over black people. And that's why there's so much crime.
Yeah.
How about you just behave? How about you don't depend on Whitey to fuck you over or do good for you? How about you look around your neighborhood, realize, holy shit, there's a shitstorm going on every fucking night here with gunfire and everything else. And you fucking take care of your own block. And then the other guys take care of their block. And before you know it, you got a little neighborhood starting. It's like a game, like Sim City. There you go. It's like Sim City. Fix your shit.
I thought you wanted to stay in a good mood.
Bowling for Behave.
That's going to be the line of the day. We're bringing back line of the day, by the way, Danny.
I'm tired of him.
We got to do line of the day again. It's time.
Yeah.
With bowling, what is it?
Bowling for behave.
Bowling for behave.
Just behave yourselves.
We got to bring back line of the day officially.
Michael Moore's an asshole. And I'll tell you one thing.
We had him on the show. You didn't say any of this stuff to him.
If he was here right now today and he came up with that lame-ass fuck statement that everybody that owns a gun is racist and fears people of color. That's what it is. You fear people of color and you're racist. How is it racist and fearing people of color when every time I see a home invasion, convenience store security cameras, people being shot, a large majority of the time, it's minorities doing it. I'm just stating fact here. I've looked at FBI statistics. I've looked at them. I've seen them. And he just wants to, he's constantly blaming Whitey. See, he had to say, it's not the freckle-faced guy. The white guy? Mm-hmm. Look at the alarm commercials. He must love those. Oh, look, it's an accurate depiction of a white guy kicking in the door in a suburban neighborhood. Stop already. This Michael Moore with his lines of shit. What's the matter? No interest in any of your projects? You got to come up and chime in on this Tucson situation?
Well, why don't we get him on the air? Roland, try to get Michael Moore on the air today.
Yeah, get the Michael Moore.
Yeah, he might take a call from us today.
Michael Moore.
Yeah.
Stop it already.
Joseph H. from Charlotte. Did Jay Moore really say this? Per Jay Moore, he writes, Rachel Maddow is Fred Savage all grown up.
That's pretty good. What was Rachel Maddow saying? Anything?
No,
Did she
not really.
chime in?
Not really.
Everyone that owns a gun, as Michael Moore says, is racist and has a fear of people of color. The media always
let me go to Justin in Tampa. He wants to argue with you a little bit.
All right, Justin.
We're not going to make a thing out of this. We're going to move on to other material. But Justin, you got through in the nick of time. Go.
All right. How much of this? And I know you say you read the FBI statistics, but how much of this is the media covering? The black guy that's the home invader, and then on the opposite end of the spectrum, there's a story about this 19-year-old black girl who comes home from college, goes to visit some friends in Baltimore, and disappears. And the mayor or the police chief of Baltimore says, "This is our Natalie Holloway," but it's a black girl. No one's covering it. If it was a little white girl, it would be all over the news. So how much does the media play a role in this?
You're talking about two different things. As far as abductions go, the media will always concentrate a lot more on the little blonde-haired white girl than they will the black girl. Don't know why. That's just the way it is.
I've never seen a program stopped for a special report because a black girl is missing.
Yeah.
So I guess if you watch TV, you got to assume that black girls are never abducted.
Never abducted.
Right?
Just never happens, I guess.
They're not going to stop your American Idol to tell you that some girl went missing, girl went missing. But if she has blonde hair and blue eyes, boy, man,
yeah,
you're not going to be watching American Idol for a while.
It's dude, it also has to do with demographics, and the news wants to tug on the old heartstrings of the most people they can, and when you're talking 10, 11% of the population being black, I think the news sees that as like, well, how many people are really going to be interested? But if we put a little, blonde Jean Bonnet-looking thing on there, we're going to really get a lot of viewers. Now, that's totally different than black crime, because that can be looked at with statistics, with arrest records, with it's something that could actually be looked at. And it's very rare. I would love to watch First 48 and see a fuckload of white people killing other white people on that show, and have investigators find out that, it's a couple of white guys and they killed a white guy. It's constantly black on black murders on First 48. Very rarely you'll see white people. You'll see Hispanics. But for the most part, it's amazing how many black people are killing each other out there.
Well, so Anthony, then, is it, can we agree that it's a lot of how do we scare white people? in the media.
No,
We scare
but
white
it's
people by showing little white girls being abducted.
how is it? I'm not talking about white girls being abducted.
People.
That's not my point. I'm never making that point. I agree with that. What I'm saying is crime. I'm talking gun crime here. Let's talk gun crime. We're talking about a lot of disproportionate number of minorities committing gun crimes.
Oh, I'll agree with that. But
all right.
At the same time, it's when white people get angry at each other, we don't shoot each other, we sue each other. It's just
Is that a tattoo?
like a totally different thing.
Yeah. So you called up to argue, yet you're agreeing with me?
No. What I'm saying is my argument was how much of it is the media just wanting to show what they want to show and wanting to show things that scare the people watching.
Nah, you're arguing apples and eggplants. I don't want to sit here and argue that.
Whoa.
All right,
What?
boys. You'll have a good day.
All right. See, he got scared. He ran away.
He did run away.
So what? Bowling for what?
Bowling for behave.
Bowling for behave.
Bowling for behave.
I'm trying to think if we could rework some other black movies with the word behave.
I'm sick of him.
I'm smelling a bit today.
I'm sick of Michael Moore.
Are you? Is he really hurting anybody?
Yes.
Who's
He's
he hurting?
spreading his dumb ass shit liberal bullshit propaganda. And that dumbass no ratings channel with Rachel Maddow.
No.
Isn't that funny?
No, they cleaned her up and
They
made her
didn't
look like
clean her up.
They made her look like a girl before they gave her a TV show.
A girl?
Have you seen the pictures of her before they decided to put her on TV?
Yeah, but
They softened her up.
Yeah, well,
She's
she
more
still looks
manly
like a guy.
than Travis before she was doing TV.
Looks like a guy.
That find pictures of what she used to look like before they had to make her sort of look feminine for MSNBC.
She looks like a man.
That's why I said sort of. This is what she used to look like.
Oh, crap.
You would say that's a guy.
Yeah, I would say that was a gay man.
She looks like BJ Novak.
BJ Novak.
From The Office, anybody?
Oh, okay.
But she used to look
Jeez.
exactly like a college.
Yeah, she looks
Boy.
like some kind of a gay college
And
boy.
MSNBC's like, look, man, if you want a TV show, we're gonna have to make you look like a feminine. We're gonna have to make you look like a woman, I should say. Sorry. So they softened her up. She doesn't want to fucking look like that. She wants to look like a boy. Badly.
Yeah.
Badly, she wants to look like a boy. Oh, wow. Very good observation,
yeah,
Danny.
looks like him. Yep.
Trying to look for
BJ
one
Novak,
with
a
BJ
little bit.
in glasses.
Yeah, put him in glasses, and it looks like Rachel. Wow.
It's Rachel Maddow.
Yeah, I'm just tired of Michael Moore and his fucking bullshit.
Michael Morse.
Michael Morse.
Oh, okay. Here we go. This is sort of what I'm going for. Adam in Michigan. Adam.
Morning, fellas.
What's up, Adam?
I want the boys to behave in the hood.
Oh, behave in the hood.
Behave in the hood.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah. Well,
You don't like the bit?
I think it's accurate.
It's a bit. Phone bit. It's a bit.
Behave. That's all.
Oh, this guy's very concerned for you.
Yeah. what's
Oh,
the
Afro
problem?
Nerd. I know Afro Nerd.
All righty.
Afro Nerd. It's been a while.
Yes. Good morning, gentlemen.
And I
Good
like it
morning.
that way, by the way.
Not too bad. Listen.
Or what you have to say. Yes, go ahead, Afro Nerd.
Okay. I told you know how I feel. I'm the first guy that says that we need to have some kind of martial law in some of these areas that are affected. Camden cut half their police force. I mean, it's going to be anarchy over there, more anarchy than we've ever known.
Brilliant idea.
But Anthony, you're acting as if there's no such thing as lower tier white people.
What?
Yaphank, whatever. Coram, Riverhead. There are pockets of meth labs. You have all kinds of quote unquote trashy Caucasian people getting it in, as they say, just like lower tier black people. I told you, I used the word deracializing. You're not sticking to it. We're
Hey.
talking about a class thing. We're not talking about just
No. We're not just. Don't try to lump it into a class thing, because here's what the deal is. Also, I've talked about white trash so much. I love white trash. When we watch Hoarders, I can just sit there and look at this hillbilly shit white trash sitting in their own crap with 8,000 cats. I know what lower class white trash is. I've seen it. I've lived amongst it. I know it. Believe me. What I'm talking about is violent crime. violent crime, because that's what Michael Moore was saying. Violence in America, violent crime. It's very disproportionate, white to black. Very disproportionate.
Yeah, I'm not going to disagree with you with the disproportionate nature of crime, but you're acting as if blacks cannot be the end all and be all of crime if we're only 10 or 12% of the population.
But amazingly enough, it's 50% at least of the prison population. Wow. So it can't be the end all be all. It would sure, if there wasn't any black crime, it sure the fuck would cut down on crime. Wouldn't you say?
There's different types of crime. Bernie Madoff was one man.
Exactly.
One man and responsible for
violent crime is what Michael Moore was talking about. This violence in America, handgun violence, gun violence, killing, murders with guns, violence. I'm not talking about white collar crime. You want to start a conversation on that? We'll talk about that. But I'm talking about violent crime. Stick to the subject.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
You know, when you're dealing with this type of crime, unfortunately, it is race specific with the victim and the victimizer, right? So what you're failing to realize is that this type of crime is not really affecting you.
Oh, you don't think black on white crime is big also? Let me tell you something. I've looked at the stats. Look at the stats again. Black on black crime is gigantic. Black on white crime is huge. White on black crime, oh, look at how that stat drops down.
Listen, for you personally, this is like Sally Struthers and flies around the heads of poor kids in Africa.
Yeah.
To you. In other words,
why is that?
You just don't like it because it makes you feel uncomfortable.
So it can't happen to me. What are you guaranteeing as a black person? You're now guaranteeing my safety. Is that what you're doing?
I can't guarantee.
Well, why not? You say it shouldn't involve me or concern me. That I walk down certain streets or I'm in certain areas where I have to be more concerned about my safety than other areas.
Right now, you have to.
Could I get a PBA card? Could I get a PBA card from the black community that will get me out of trouble if I go to get accosted in some way, shape, or form?
Listen, right now, you need to be concerned with the thin white male in the thong with the.
Right, because let me tell you something. Because that's just running rampant. That runs rampant. Crimes like we saw in Tucson. Oh my God! Every day you hear about that shit going on. Would you stop it? You and the fucking news should stop it. Start fucking telling us the racial background of every fucking shooting they report on television. Could you please do that, news? Could you please say young black male? We're looking for a young black male in connection with a shooting, instead of only when it happens in Tucson, a thin white guy with a gun, with an assault gun. How about be honest and let's hear what the real fucking stats are instead of hiding behind liberal bullshit and political correctness.
Listen, I'm the first to tell you, like I said, I'm the first to admit about this disproportionate crime. I'm not making excuses, but at the same time, you're not admitting that the media has a role in this because they do not want to tell you the truth. They're still force-feeding us liberalism.
They don't want to tell us the truth about how come when they say, all right, there was a rape in, let's say, a predominantly black neighborhood, and they say there's a rapist running around raping women. He's described as a male, 6 feet tall. He was wearing a blue hoodie. How about you say he's a black male, and then we could cut out fucking 90% of the population if we're looking for this guy. But they don't fucking say that. Why?
Listen.
If the news is why?
No, because the news is a business. That's why.
Well, if they're trying, you're trying to have it both ways. If they're trying to scare us and make the black person so scary to white people, why wouldn't they report every crime and tell us the race?
Listen, I think the print media does that. You see a black or brown face on the print media.
Maybe if they show a picture, I never see in the written description. Never see in the written description black. They've taken it out of descriptions of criminals in the newspaper and on the fucking news. It's amazing.
I don't listen. I see some of that, but not wholeheartedly.
Well, you know what? I look.
I see my fair share of faces, Anthony.
I look.
Brown faces, so I'm looking like you're looking.
All right.
But at the same time, you're not admitting the media is a business. It's very slanted. You're not going to get accuracy. When the gentleman called up before, you were very skirtish with him. But he was telling you, what he was saying to you was that the media has, listen, if a girl has gone missing, who cares what the race is? It's a story. It's newsworthy. It shouldn't have an element of demographics. Your demographics is a red herring.
Well, then let's throw the news out of it completely and go to what I was talking about before, the statistics, crime statistics. Let's go to that instead of the news. Fuck the news. They're a business. They're in it for the money. They're not going to report certain things accurately. Fine. I'll even say, all right, how about statistically we look at this huge disproportionate number of violence in the black community that's not addressed. It's blamed on white people by liberals like Michael Moore.
Well, listen, you're not going to have a guy. There's enough conservative black people and brown people, different points of view, that the media does not want to hear from. So you're making it seem as if African Americans are not coming out on a certain angle on this. They want to hear from me. They'd rather hear from Sharpton or the usual cast of characters. They choose who they want to take a position on this stuff. And then that's the way to.
So you just give up because the news. So you just give up because the news isn't paying attention. How about what I said before? Taking care of your block, taking care of your neighborhoods, taking care of crime and children, fathering children, and not fathering fucking 10 kids and not paying attention to any of them and perpetuating this thing. White people are doing that to black people. Really? Really?
Did I say that?
No. Michael Moore will. That's what he says. How about looking at how this country operates and assimilating to it and using it to your advantage? And I'm talking about to anybody out there and making the best out of it, making the best out of where you live and not fucking shit up.
Listen, I told you time and time again, there is a position, there is a business that throws a certain image, a certain viewpoint, an alleged black viewpoint instead of a multifaceted black viewpoint. The news doesn't want to hear that. They're not going to hear from people who think differently, where a certain type of thought process could permeate throughout the black community. We're being sold a defeatist culture. This is
sold
real.
A defeatist culture. Look at you as a people are not smart enough to say, "Wow, why don't we pull ourselves up?" Then what are you saying? You're playing a blame game. You're blaming again.
I'm not blaming.
You're being sold by who?
Every day. Listen, I listen every day. People are sheep. They're stupid. They buy products they don't need. We're dummies.
Is that are you stupid enough to realize that killing each other and fathering a ridiculous amount of children with different women isn't good for the community and your people? Do you understand that?
I understand. I talk about it every day.
All right.
Listen, I have my own radio show on the internet. Listen, they're not going to call out me. They don't want to hear my viewpoint. It's not the black.
Well, keep it up then, keep it up, and see how many people come around.
I'm sending something to Scott Greenstein right now. Let's see what happens.
Well,
how do we find your
luck.
Your radio show, their Afro Nerd? I want to give someone else a chance here. What's the plug?
Here's something different. AfroNerdRadio.com.
All right, very good, sir. Thank you.
I'll check that out.
Always a pleasure when you call the show, all right?
I'll check that out after I go to the other website.
Let me go to Gary, a couple more, and then we got to take a break. Gary.
What's up?
It says angry black guy.
All right.
No. I'm not angry, but, I mean, Afro Nerd has to a degree a valid point, but Ant, you're beating a dead horse, man.
Why?
Every nigga you get on the program they're gonna take it somewhere where it don't need to go. They don't seem to understand. It's like a mental block when you say violent crime.
Yeah.
They take it someplace else. And you'll get this with every black caller that you get. I come from Southside Jamaica, Queens.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how many niggas you get on the phone, they're always going to go. If you get Patrice on the phone to argue with you right now, he's going to go someplace else. That other dickhead that called talking about child abductions. You was talking nothing about that.
Yeah. Sticking to one subject at a time, yeah.
Yeah, and they got, see, black people got a hard time understanding that. They really do. I mean, it's not about self-hatred with me, but, I understand your frustration. It's like talking to kids. You tell them one thing, and then they go someplace else, and then you look at them like, what the fuck are you talking about? That's basically what you just went through. That whole conversation with Apple Nerd was basically based on that. He's telling you he agrees with you, but yet he called up. And how much time of yours did he waste? I just fucking wasted all that time listening to that.
Actually, I'm going to have to listen to it later in the replay because I left the studio. I just played a tape of me from last week.
All right.
That's the first time I really heard that he wasn't making that much sense.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Gary.
Hey, thanks, man.
Thank you. Let me go to Scotty in Virginia. Scotty.
Yes, hello.
Hello, Scotty.
Turn down your radio, Scotty. You're live. We got a little delay, actually.
Turn it down. Hey, now some of what you're saying I agree with, but you got to take, Caucasians have to take their blame and their role in what's going on in the African-American community.
And how's that?
Number one, hold on, let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
Number one, we don't produce anything. A lot of the crime is drug-related crimes, right?
Mm-hmm.
We don't produce any drugs, right? We are consumers of drugs, and your separation due all the way back to slavery, right?
Yeah.
So you have, and the economy. We don't control the economy. White people fucked up the economy, not us. So when there has to be a means to still make it.
You're blaming. You're playing the blame game. How about wait. Let me ask you a quick question now. So you're saying that because white people run the economy and white people apparently, I think what you were saying is that white people are bringing the drugs into the community because you don't produce them, you're just consuming them. So that makes you fuck 10 different women and have 10 different kids with them. How does that link together?
Hold on. So you're saying only blacks father numbers of kids?
No, I've seen white trash do it time and time again.
Not just white trash. Come on, man. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I've seen white trash father amazing amounts of kids.
I have one child.
Yeah, okay.
And in our community, you hear about the crimes, but I know in my community, most of the people in my community work. There are some assholes that do the shootings. It's not that. Well, I can't.
I'm not saying it's everybody, and I would never say it's everybody. I'm saying there's a grave disproportionate number, and nobody's addressing that. It's playing the blame game. It's people like Michael Moore addressing violence and then blaming it on a white guy when the fact is there's a disproportionate number of gun violence in the black community.
Where do the guns come from?
Oh, stop. You can't stop. You know something? Hey, how about we just, you know what we're going to do? We're going to fly over the inner cities with flyers that say every black person get on a bridge and jump off. And I guess you'll all be gone because all you white people will lay out the flyers and that'll happen. How about you realize right from wrong I let you talk. I'm addressing what you said.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm not coming up with new points. I'm addressing now what you said. If you want to say that you trace it back, where do the guns come from? The white community? What? They're being sold to each other. They're trickling down. At some point, you got to say, "Wow, maybe I shouldn't buy this illegal gun."
I agree with that. Now, how many mass killings have we heard about in the media? How many of them have been black?
That's a white crime, my friend. I agree with you. That is if you profile
I'll agree with you that we need to hold each other accountable in our community. I'll be number one to say that.
Yeah.
Because it's become acceptable, and it shouldn't be acceptable.
Right.
But
that's a good start.
White folks have to take their blame and the role that they have played and why shit is the way it is.
White people, especially liberal whites have been. They've been taking the blame for years.
Throughout history, who has been the most violent race of people in history?
In history, I would say sub-Saharan black people have been the most violent people in history. Sub-Saharan black Africans have been of the most violent people on the face of the earth, I'll say, from what I've read. White Europeans, violent as mother. Wait. White Europeans have been some violent motherfuckers. I understand this. But hand in hand with the violence went production, invention, innovation, amazing things. Sub-Saharan Africa is a wasteland of genocide and death that is nothing's being done about it from the people on the inside. It takes outside help from the world, and it's still all fucked up. And the violence, you're talking about Rwanda? Motherfucker, Somalia? All these places are just shitholes of warlords, black on blacks killing each other because of tribal reasons. It's been violent for millennia.
We're talking about, all right, that's a good point. We're talking about inner city violence. Mm-hmm. Right?
That, again, is in gangs, and the black community is running rampant in gangs.
Which you're saying that it's only caused by minorities.
Nope. Never said that. There are plenty of fucking skinheads, white supremacist gangs, militias that are just as violent, evil, and fucking hateful. I'm never saying everybody. I'm saying usually I'm talking about disproportionate numbers, percentages.
Hey, you made a comment earlier about the percentages of blacks in prison.
Right.
Right? And you got to own up to this, that the justice system is not fair.
They got nigger law.
Nigger law? What the hell is that? I've never seen that in any law books I have read. But
hey, who are you carpooling with?
Who are you carpooling with? Now, wow. The legal system has always been held up as an example of racist, and that's the reason that so many blacks are in jail.
It absolutely is. If a white person comes into the inner city and is attacked, right, by African American,
right,
that African American will probably get 20 years.
I don't know. Won't be a hate crime. I'll tell you that much.
If a black guy hurts another black guy, then
1 to 5.
It just goes
1 to 5.
Right.
1 to 5. He's got the numbers.
1 to 5.
Hey,
now,
what about,
why is that? But why is that, though?
All right, what about a white guy beating up on a black guy, or a couple of white guys beating up on a black guy? They go to prison.
Get the kind of time that
what? Talk about. Hey, what's the guy's name? Fucking in Brooklyn. That motherfucker beat up with a baseball bat a couple of black guys that were robbing cars, and he's still in fucking prison. This is years ago because it's a hate crime. Whenever white guys beat up a black guy, it's called a hate crime.
Talking about Fat Nick.
What's the proportion to that?
It's very rare. No, dude, I'm saying honestly, you're right. It's very rare, and that tells another story. Why is that so rare? Yet when black guys assault white people, which I saw at Mardi Gras, you see it on you pop up YouTube. You can watch 8,000 videos of black people beating the fuck out of white people in gangs. That blindside black move, by the way, I love it. That one where you just come up behind to the side of someone and clock them in the side of the head. I've seen that so many times on YouTube.
And you know what? Guess who that happened to once?
Danny Ross.
Me. Guess who did it to me?
A black guy.
Yes.
There's just a disproportionate number. I don't have the answer, dude. I don't know what it is. But I don't want Michael Moore telling me that this shit ain't happening. That's the thing that pisses me off the most.
But you getting back what you've been dishing out for years.
No, what? A black president? What? How are we getting that back? I think things have come. I think things have come a long fucking way from the times where black people can blame white people. Yeah.
If a black guy sells crack cocaine, right?
Right.
And a white guy sells a kilo of cocaine, a black guy will get 20 years. The white guy that's selling the kilo,
5 years probation.
He might not do it. He might not do it.
I love the carpooler.
Johnny Cochran in the background.
Love the carpooler.
Ask Ask me what a white guy gets for the same crime. Ask me what a white guy gets for the same crime.
Yeah, what does a white guy get for the same crime?
I don't know.
Yeah, how about
I don't know.
How about we don't know?
I'm asking you, why is that, though?
Why is that? It's probably more of a money issue, a class issue as far as the legal system goes. A lot of poor black people can't afford good lawyers, things like that. Look, you look at some fucking black athletes that have been in trouble. They don't fucking go to jail for that many years. It's a matter of money.
You know what?
What?
You know what? When the white athletes get in trouble, you probably never hear about it.
Brett Favre. Brett Favre's in a bit of trouble.
He just shows his dick.
What do you say? Let McNabb
You know why? White athletes aren't going into bars with guns in their fucking waistband. Come on.
You don't hear about it.
Well, don't shoot yourself in the leg, motherfucker. Get a holster. Jesus Christ. You're a rich fucker. Plaxico, you got some money. Buy a holster, bitch.
All right, now we're all getting along.
Hey, look,
all right, bro.
Look. Have a good day, man.
I think we're going to have to just agree to live in different neighborhoods.
Hey, Scotty.
But listen, I'll say this to you.
Yeah.
Don't lump us all in that group.
I really
being
don't.
Violent.
Honestly.
Don't, as us being as us being violent.
Wait,
Honestly,
Scotty.
Scotty, I
Well,
don't.
hold
I
on,
really
hold on.
don't.
Scotty, where are you off to right now? You going to work?
No, actually, I'm going home.
Oh, shit.
Actually, I'm going home.
How was the
anybody.
take? How was the
I've
take
never
tonight?
Shot anybody.
All right.
I don't have any felonies.
Where were
I
you?
take care of my kid. I love
Scotty,
that.
where were you, though, tonight?
Excuse me?
Where were you that you're coming home?
He asked me where was I that I was coming home.
That's Opie.
I was coming from West Virginia.
Oh, okay.
We're just trying to get to know what type of person you are. Like, what were you doing?
Okay, well.
And why aren't you going to work? It's 8 o'clock in the
He
morning.
never shot anyone.
I don't have any felonies, and I've been arrested, and I stayed in jail for 2 days. So all of us.
What was the
aren't
charge?
What you make us out to be.
What was the charge?
It was possession.
Of course.
I hear you.
And I'll tell you something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're, well, I don't say if you're black, but being black, no, matter of fact, I'm going to go you one better. Being white and being poor in this country.
Ain't no excuse for that shit.
Ain't no excuse for that shit.
Really?
Ain't no excuse for that
Wait,
shit.
why? Why?
You had too many advantages.
Wait.
Where were you before you got on this damn radio?
I was poor white trash, motherfucker. I was working as a sheet metal installer, and I was dirt poor. I was constantly on the verge of getting kicked out of my place. But I never killed anybody, never raped or robbed or anything. But what I'm saying, hold on, because now white people, there's all kinds. Do you understand that an intelligent, motivated black person that goes to school and early in school, elementary school, high school, if they do well, do you know the golden fucking platter they are handed in life? They're yearning for an intelligent, motivated black person to give scholarships to fucking send to Harvard. It's a given. If you fucking motivate yourself, you will be picked up and whisked away to the best schools through affirmative action, the best jobs.
Who are you telling that shit to?
Anyone who wants to be fucking motivated.
Man, they wouldn't give a nigga financial aid. What are you talking about?
They certainly will if you earn it in school, if you get good grades.
They give you extra just for being black.
Right.
Not really.
Yeah, man, y'all motherfucking tripping.
It's affirmative action.
We're tripping. I love it.
I don't think I'm tripping, sir.
What about
I love Park.
African Americans trying to get loans?
Well, how about all right,
Wait.
have a credit rating and have a fucking bank account and a job.
You know that this shit is not equal and it ain't fair and it ain't never been fair, but I'm not gonna blame Whitey.
Talk to me in 1990. I wasn't getting a fucking loan.
I'm not gonna blame the white race for anything that I've done or that's happened to me, because I'm in control of my own destiny.
Very good.
Shit is uneven, and it's always been uneven.
Well, even it. Then you even it the fuck up. You know what? I want to quote the great Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. You know something? Let's not judge a man by the color of his skin, but the content of his character. Do you think people are being judged by the color of their skin or the content of their character?
Both.
Yeah. These days, I really think it's content of character. And I think if Dr. Martin Luther King saw a lot of what was going on today with the content of character of a lot of minorities, he would be gravely disappointed with the opportunities that are out there with the opportunities that he was out there that he never got to see that are out there now for the black community. He would be gravely disappointed in how black people are wasting their lives by perpetuating poverty, by perpetuating fatherless children, crime in their own communities, and not taking the advantages and opportunities in this country and building themselves up and starting one piece at a time until you're a power base to be reckoned with in this country.
Look, you made a good point.
Of course.
You made a good point, but
Anthony.
you got to go back to the root.
Oh, I love the movie, but let's not go back there.
No, not the movie.
I play it backwards.
Why are we letting him off the hook? I want to know where he's coming from. Because he's not going to work. He's not going to work on a Thursday morning.
We have to take blame for how we turn out.
No, we don't. We really don't. I'm not taking any blame for black people doing anything. I'm not taking blame. I wasn't around. My fucking family was probably pulling a burro in Sicily when slavery was going on here. I ain't taking no fucking blame.
But the effects of it are still lasting.
The Moors.
It was detrimental, and it still is. That shit. Look, don't take his ass away from him. Due to that alone.
It's getting better.
Is a very big reason why shit is the way it is. From separation, getting us to hate each other, teaching us how to hate each other, which out of fear.
Are you intelligent? Aren't you intelligent enough? You're intelligent enough to realize that. Then you're intelligent enough to break the cycle and go, hey, these guys are trying to get some shit over on us.
Absolutely,
how about we fucking build? How about we build up?
It sound like all black people don't do nothing but kill each other.
No, I'm not. I never said that. I'm not saying I said a disproportionate number. I'm saying there's enough people out there in the black community that are trying to do something, but they're met with a brick fucking wall by the black community. How about, like I said, fucking block projects that aren't interrupted because drug dealers kill the people that are trying to make their block better because they're cutting into their fucking business. How about
why won't the government legalize drugs?
I don't know. They should.
Wouldn't that absolutely? Wouldn't that eliminate a hell of a lot of unnecessary violence?
I don't know, because it seems to me like this whole gang.
Who's in control of that? Who's in control of that decision? So you have to take Whitey has to take. Let me not say that. Let me not say that.
I like being called Whitey. No, I don't mind.
But they have to take blame because they are in control.
No, well, as long as we're perceived, as long as white people are perceived in control, then black people have an excuse. How about you are the president's at least half black? All right, we're getting there. How about you just make your own power base and not based in violence or militant organizations? How about a power base of business and small business that can open up and you like white people did with Harlem, for Christ's sake? How about some black people do that? Where they come from? I don't fucking know, but they came from somewhere.
How about your President Bush went over to another country and started a damn war?
Yeah, all right.
Because he wanted to line.
I didn't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
People's pockets.
Well, I don't know if it was all about that.
Still going on.
I think it was more personal. I think it was more personal than business, tell you the truth. I think it was more personal. I think he just didn't like the guy. And he tried to kill his daddy.
This country is on a downward spiral because of greed.
Well, Bush has been out for 2 years.
Is in control.
All right.
Well, Obama's in control of the country, motherfucker. Come on. He's the president.
You think he's in control of this country?
Oh, now we can't even. Now we can't even say.
Wait, Carpooler had something to say. What is Carpooler saying?
He has a title, and you know that. You know that because everything he tries to do.
But Bush didn't.
It's blocked and it's stopped.
Well, we can say Bush had a title, and other people were pulling the strings. So don't blame him.
I'm saying that Bush went over to another country.
Yeah, we know this.
Started a war.
Yeah, we agree with that. I don't think it was a good idea,
right?
To tell you the truth.
Since we're talking about violence,
yeah,
how many people died? No black person created that.
War violence is much different than civilian violence.
Yeah, that's a whitey thing.
We're not talking about war violence.
It's kind of a whitey thing. You're right.
Come on,
We're talking about.
Let's talk about civilian violence in the country that we have to worry about. I'm not.
Well, you went to Rwanda.
Well, yeah, because you asked me who the most violent people were in the world.
In history.
As a world, in history, right.
Absolutely.
And I say sub-Saharan Africa is full of violence.
How many people died?
There's not one prosperous fucking nation there.
How many people died during the Holocaust? How many people died during slavery?
Oh, millions.
Okay. And who did the killing?
Well, I guess, Europeans, black people that sold out their own black people as slaves. There's still slavery going on in sub-Saharan Africa with other black people using slaves. There's rampant rape going on. That when there's wars down there, apparently they rape the women to like make more of them. It's just fucking ridiculous what goes on in sub-Saharan Africa. It's crazy, and it's a place of just wonderful resources and beauty. Yet the people there just treat it like shit. And how about just come up with a wheel?
I don't know. Well, absolutely, there are resources there, but evidently,
oh my God, there's plenty of resources, and if there's not, you make it work.
I'm scared to hang up on this guy. That's why he's gone on for
he's
an hour.
He's good. You know what? I like Scotty. He's got balls. He just fucking talks from his heart.
Where do you work?
He's got a homie next.
Where do you work, Scotty?
I'm disabled.
All right. What happened?
All right.
Huh?
What happened?
He never shot anybody, but he was.
He's laughing. Scotty.
No, but I've been shot.
Yeah, there you go. Oh shit!
Right,
you and
have a nice day.
You and Carpooler should do a morning show. Scotty and the Carpooler.
All right, Scotty.
Listen to Carpooler. He's my favorite guy of all time.
Take it easy, guys.
Have a nice day.
All right, Scotty.
Later, man.
Eric was saying that he sounds like it was like the Miller guy.
Oops, that's okay. It all went down here.
We got to take a break. That's a terrific discussion.
That
was
fun.
I haven't heard that discussion yet on the show. It's amazing. Fucking amazing.
Race is a giant discussion.
It sure is.
In the world. That's why.
It certainly is.
And there isn't enough, as Scotty said, not enough whitey, as he called me, whitey. I like that.
I wanted to hear Carpooler more.
I know. He was like,
Carpooler.
yo, what up? Preach in the background.
You know how you have your stats? Well, he has his stats.
He had his. 1 to 5.
Scotty, next time we want to hear Carpooler and call up as Carpooler.
Yeah, I like that guy. But it's one of those things. And yeah, I do talk about it a lot, but it's a huge issue in the country. And the liberals are able to just blab about it all the time. No other whitey is able to really talk about it without having racist printed on their head. I don't give a shit what anyone calls me. So I talk about it open and honest, the way I feel. And I'm very well read on it. So I talk about the information that I've garnered over the years of reading statistics and whatnot, and that's what I talk about. Call me a racist. I don't give a fuck. I could care less. Good. I love it. Racist. Call me a racist because it only means I'm being open and honest where no one else really is, and thank God we have this forum for it.
And that's why you need to do political talk.
One of these days.
If that silly ass fucking what's his name, Glenn Beck.
Glenn Beck,
but
they all got their hands tied too. They're sitting there, they got their Fox fucking political correct people that say, well, you can't say this, you could do this, but not that. Here, it's that guy Scotty could say whatever the fuck he wanted. I say whatever the fuck I want. There wasn't anything, no animosity there. We're just discussing race.
Were you close to?
Which is a good.
Were you close to calling him?
Dropping it?
Yeah.
Dropping it?
Were you close?
I'll do it on the way home in my car with the windows rolled up. Gun crime, things like this, gang-related violence, it's going to be minorities. LA gangs just wiping each other out. Black on black crime, black on white crime. Fucking behave. Now that you do that, make a movie called Rolling for Behave. Tell them to behave. I wanna see you make a movie called Rolling for Behave. Rolling for Behave. Tell them to behave. I wanna see you make a movie called Rolling for Behave. Rolling for Behave. Tell them to behave. I wanna see you make a movie called Rolling for Behave. Rolling for Behave. Tell them to behave. I wanna see you make a movie called Rolling for Behave.
The Virus. Sirius-XM. This